Oh, yes, hello there, Site-42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Fan Art Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site-42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site-42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the last 10 months and counting, because the stream streak must remain strong, I have opened my doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about these dark and mysterious jobs that we do here at the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures for anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, we will take general Q&A after the Fan Art Friday segment. We have a total of about 49 minutes today, so we got to get this thing out and done before I miss any art. But before I begin the fan art, at the very least, let me start by saying, Sleep-deprived Dragon of the Night, congratulations on being our #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Furthermore, Junior Researcher Sally, Amber, Senior Researcher Alex, Just Pitt, Stephen Tambari, Amber again. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being members of Site-42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, Child of Cold Shadows, Goose Cheddar, Luando, Hazard, and Aurora. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being here today, just for being you. And ignore desk. Desk is being dramatic because I pounded on the office desk in here, which is not a sentient desk, I might add. This is not sentient furniture. This is just a desk. But desk is projecting and now claiming that they are on strike. So, there's that fun today. So, today, let us start by going through the Fan Art Friday. Let's get it done so that we do not run out of time. Starting with Lucas. Intern Lucas has brought to us a reminder of worse times. I did not need this memory first thing in the morning. I do not appreciate this first thing in the morning. Ha ha ha. You're very funny with your bibble. No, it is not yummy. It is the opposite of yummy. It is not yummy. Next up on our list is Gage. Intern Gage. Please remember to wait until you have submitted all your art to send an email. We've got 3 emails from you. But patience. Patience. Wait till closer to the end when you've done all your arts. Or save them for next week because you don't have to rush them all in. So, what have we got here? I would not like for SCP-049 to have access to a bazooka. I don't care how awesome it looks. That is not requisitionable equipment for 049. The bazooka is not the cure for anything except life. You know, Dr. Sherman Trollface, not bad. Not bad. And yes, watching the D-Class run is a wonderful popcorn occasion at the Foundation. You are correct about this. I see nothing wrong here. But wait, I have to go to the other email. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you did submit it all at the end. I only saw one image in this last one. I don't understand the purpose here. I am just as frustrated as the mushroom version of me. Yes, this makes sense. I see. The formatting in the email showed up incorrectly, and so I only saw that there was one. I did not see that there were 4 on that last one. Okay, we're cool. We're cool. Next up, SCP-049. SCP-049 is next. This is Valentine's Day for Dr. Kondraki and Dr. Clef in the ship in a bottle cannon. I don't know the detail onto why Kondraki lost his shoes. I don't understand. No, SCP-049, you are not saving Dr. Ham. You are, in fact, a murderer. Dr. Ham is, ironically, a vegetable. Stop it. Now, I will say, SCP-049, as much as I appreciate your sketches, maybe less of these, like, multiple sketches that I can't really tell the subject of at quick glance here. Let's stick with full pictures, please, in the future. But, thank you overall. Alright. Ah, yes, and you did also have some cats. What if SCP Foundation researchers were cats? I am having war flashbacks to my time as an intern in the Catboy dimension, so I don't personally like this. But, hey, you do you. You do you. Since when was Dr. Clef gay? Since Dr. Clef wrote him that way. Yes. Some person, perhaps, has brought to us another iteration of the analog Dr. Sherman anomaly. If you turn on your TV to see that at night, just know I'm watching. No, no, intern, your mom. That is not Jesus. Jesus is the analog horror creature in another analog horror property. That was analog Dr. Sherman. Very different. Amber has given an art challenge for their friend, Manic Kitten. So this is art by way of Amber and their artist friend, Manic Kitten. Making sure I'm getting my credits correct. This is What If Dr. Sherman in Has-Been Hotel. You know, I see it. Also, your friend is a damn fine artist. That is fine looking. Good work. Thank you, Amber. Next up. Avari. Avari has sent an animation. Let us see the animation. So I have to go to here, and I have to open that. All right. Let's see what Avari has done. Turn off the ambiance. Let us see if the PC actually loads it is a correct statement, Lucas the intern.
What are you doing in my house? What are you doing in my house? I want waffle fries.
Oh, no. Boo. Boo. Hiss. Dr. Penn rules. But No. No. Dr. Penn, great. The end of that, terrible. Awful. Boo. Hiss. Nobody likes that. Not a single soul. Not a single soul wanted that. 0 out of 10. Terrible art. Everyone hated it. Disappointment. That is truly the case for sure. And the chat is not disagreeing with me in any manner. They would not do such a thing to me, the site director of their site. Yep. Yep. Completely 100% true. Thank you. Avari. Next up, Just Pit. Just Pit has brought to us some fan art today. Quote, they have the same voice actor. Your voice sounds weird. Oh, my voice sounds weird? Have you heard yourself lately? So, is this a reference to the fact that in Hodgepodge Audio's Duke Till Dawn, I was the voice actor for Dr. Iceberg? Is that a reference to this? That is a deep cut, my friend. Yes, I have in fact voiced Dr. Iceberg sometimes in my career. Good work, Just Pit. Good reference. Also good art. Oh, what's the point? Kondraki's never given blank flowers before. What if he didn't like it? What if he didn't like it? What if he didn't like it? Sad Kondraki. Sad Kondraki. No longer sad in the universes where Kondraki was assassinated. Then no longer sad. But in non-assassinated universes, sad, yes. Good work, Just Pit. Next up on our list, we have Dr. Val. Dr. Val brings us Dr. Gerald after having been caught in the, what was that, paper shredder? Is that what you said? Stuck in a paper shredder. His tie got stuck in the paper shredder. So Dr. Gerald can't even drive a paper shredder correctly. This does seem very Dr. Gerald. Next up, Dr. Kondraki. My attacks have no effect on you? Who decided that? And finally, hey, I have been made small. Can someone get me out of here to no longer be small, please? Please do not do science in this flask. I am currently inside it, being very small. Help. Very nice, Dr. Val. Very nice. Next up is a cadre of art from Sally. Let us see what Sally hath brought to us. Apparently, the Dr. Clef being sad and pinned up is turned into a marketable keychain, as has a very angry Dr. Sherman. If there's merchandise for this, I haven't heard about it, but hey, it's Creative Commons. Wait a minute! Wait a minute! That's... Why? What? How come Desk is safe from the thing? How come Clef is safe from the thing? You're all awful. You're all awful. Dr. Clef and I believe that to be Mary. Very pretty. Oh no, he's just a little shy bean with clues of what's coming next as well. God damn it, SCP Spooky-J. Why you gotta be like that? 'Cause I love you, Dad. Then we have the Dr. Clef, and we have the Dr. Sherman. And now there's another video. I don't know what the video is, so I'm gonna have to open that next. Turn the ambiance off. Let it load. Loading. Or not. Yes, very nice. Yeah. Very, very good. Doesn't need to be on my screen anymore for any reasons. I'm fine. Thank you, Sally. Where's my ambience? Bring the ambience back. There's just something in my eye. Literally something in my eye. Next up, we are moving on to Kitty Fly. Kitty Fly has brought to us this very colorful art of me reacting to you guys in stream in real time. But furthermore, this feels like a very useful GIF. I feel like this GIF will come in handy. This feels just like a day-to-day occurrence, to be honest. Kitty Fly, that is damn fine work. Very nice. Next up, we have Forest. Sorry, Zenith. Zenith is next. Sorry, got my names mixed up there. So Zenith has brought to us Dr. Man. Dr. Man. Dr. Sumerian, in his natural habitat, telling you you're wrong. Dr. Clef, in his natural habitat, haunting your nightmares. And Dr. Sherman, if he let his hair go really long. I have never done a Jesus cut before. The longest I've gone is 90s split cut that ended about here. So, very boy band in the 90s. But thank you, Zenith, for the art. Good work. Don't mock me about the Jesus cut. That was Dr. Sherman Jesus, another Jesus that the SCP Foundation does not contain. So it's not real, doesn't exist. It's just you know what I mean. And last but not least, it seems that Hazard has completed their goal. 1 week ago, they submitted a prototype proposal for the SCP-729 trap. A Lego that could catch a Lego. Oh no. Oh, I was so excited I said too much of the name. Oh, shit. Suffice it to say, I would like that thing to be engaged in immense bodily harm, and so I approved the prototype phase, which turned out thusly. Also, simply on its face, the whole stepping on a Lego at night scenario, the whole stepping on a Lego bit just became an XK class scenario. This is terrifying. This honestly might be worse than that thing. I really think you might want to destroy all blueprints and destroy this. Get rid of it. You're risking everything with this. Some mountains man was not meant to climb. And that brings us to the end of Fanart Friday. Or at least the fan art section. We still have about 25 minutes of standard Q&A. Let me start by answering the donations and member messages that came in during Fanart Friday. Perky Goth, thank you for your 31 months of being a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Also, I feel like it's been a bit, so welcome back and hope you're doing well. Hi, Dr. Sherman. Which SCPs? Sad face. Example, here were dragons. Okay, sad face SCPs. Uh, 2700-EX. I wrote that one, so I know it's sad. I mean, 049, the fate of Dr. Raymond Ham is fairly sad. So, that's the two good ones. 100 stars love. Thank you for sending 2 100s to today's Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I'm sure they will continue to keep it 100 at your urging. Riot develops. Thank you for sending another hundo. I'm sure they will continuing to keep it 100. And Junior Researcher Sally, thank you for your 8 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Hope you like the angst. I will be back with more. Do you have to? We could have happy and uplifting and good times. That could be nice. What did I miss? Intern Shion, you missed the whole of Fanart Friday, but you can go back and watch the VOD. Dr. Sherman, Bumaro has to count as a Jesus. I disagree. For one thing, we only contain certain parts of Bumaro at most, which puts it in the dead bird Jesus category, which I'm not counting. But we need living Jesus that are actually Jesus, not alternate interpretations. Jim Davis barely counts, only because categorically Jim Davis, SCP-7966, is so identical to Jesus Christ that I kind of have to lock that one in. Intern Ilya Ill, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Dr. Sherman, what do you mean by Raymond Ham being a vegetable? Intern Skelly, the term vegetable is often used for when people are comatose. If someone is in a coma and not coming out of it, they are colloquially referred to as vegetables. So no, I do not mean that Dr. Ham was in fact a literal vegetable. Zombie Cat, thank you for sending a flower to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they found it quite pretty. I thought he died. Well, Dr. Val, that is depending on canon. I believe in the document, all it says is that Dr. Ham was a vegetable. Now, does that mean that Dr. Ham eventually became a zombie? Does it mean that Dr. Ham died? Does it mean we were able to save and recover and cure? Not in the 049 sense, in the actual medical sense. Dr. Ham. Never know. There is no canon. Intern Songs, thank you for sending a party hat to today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. I'm sure they will keep quite festive because of it. Stephen Tambari, there is no Ko-Fi message in my queue right now. I don't see any donations. Did you perhaps send some sort of naughty word that got it blocked by Ko-Fi? Oh, wait a minute. Interesting. Just a moment. Da, da, da. I see. For the time being, it turns out the Ko-Fi is down. They are requiring some sort of information from me before the Ko-Fi is active again. So I need to wait until after stream to do that. So for now, the Ko-Fi is down. I will alert you once it is up and running again. 100 stars. Thank you for sending another 100 to the chat. I'm sure they will continue to keep it 100. So yes, if you happen to have sent a Ko-Fi and I'm not seeing it because they're holding it back, I will get to it once the process is cleared. My apologies for the inconvenience at the time. TW, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a BLT on your way past the commissary. How's SCP-008-J doing today? Does it have its own art? I have not seen Jeff around the site lately, but when Jeff comes around, I will see if there is any art involved. If you want to make art of Jeff, I'm sure I can show it to him when he swings by. When it swings by, yes, I know. I mean, to be fair, in Jeff's documentation for SCP-008-J, it does say we don't even know if it's actually anomalous or not. So it's on the fence there. That is a Schrodinger's anomaly. Now, a little bit of news for you real quick. Our friends over at SCP Gallionic have reached the starting goal of their Kickstarter. SCP the Anime can begin in partially funded, which is fantastic. Now, a reminder, we talked about this last time. While we want to see this 20-minute short brought to life, the initial goal of $85,000 is not for the 20-minute short. The $85,000 is to get a 10-minute version of it. That's our starting line. We still need to keep sharing and keep funding because 145k euro gets us 15 minutes and 210k euro gets us a 20-minute short. And think about this, that's a 20-minute short for that much. Meaning if there were to be a series, we would have to continue to hit that goal again and again. So keep that in mind. Animation, even with a small team, is a very expensive, arduous process. So we're not out of the woods yet, people. Do not celebrate too hard yet. Although we get to get started, we need a lot more donations on this thing. For those of you who are unaware, I will show you the trailer real quick just because the trailer's really cool. And we all enjoy the trailer. It's very neat. So let's enjoy the trailer for SCP Gallionic.
So, your choice. What will it be?
This music is so dramatic and it's cool and I want to see the anime happen. Would you please fund the anime so we can watch this glory come to
what little I have.
life. So, yes, I think we're all very excited to see that that has reached start 1. Let's keep this train running, people. Ambiance return. Returning to chat. Demon Sniper, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a nice MLT, a mutton, lettuce, and tomato where the mutton is nice and lean on your way past the commissary. Hey, Dr. Sherman, could Doomslayer be an SCP? Well, for copyright reasons, no. Because the SCP Foundation cannot allow copyrighted materials to come onto the SCP database. That's called IP theft. So, literally no, because of legal reasons, the SCP Foundation cannot have a Doomslayer. But, if someone wrote a really cool story about a 10% different, named something different character, like the Doomslayer, well, that would probably just be Abel. We already have a man who fight good. So, while the entity is anomalous, it is also copyrighted, so it can't be an SCP. Philip November, thank you for your 2 months as a level 1 researcher. We appreciate your membership and your service. And you said, hello. And I said, hello. Dr. Sherman, you should check out SCP-7211. I think a dad like you would like it. Well, I'm not a dad, but some of you seem to call me dad and or father figure, which I find perplexing. And the zaddy comments are the weirdest. That's not even a word. But SCP-7211 is to be contained in a standard animate object containment unit at Site 228. It is to be placed on a pedestal and shielded with impact-resistant glass. Only one subject at a time is allowed to enter the testing chamber. SCP-7211 is a 40-centimeter tall porcelain doll resembling a human male dressed in a red jester uniform. A porcelain jester doll. And is known to have a distressed expression on its face. Its anomalous properties will be triggered if there is at least one human being in close proximity. Once its anomalous properties are triggered, it will become animate and start to speak. Usually there's no conversation between it and its subjects. It usually stands up in front of the subject and starts to tell various jokes and puns. If the subjects don't find the performance funny, they will start to cause self-harm and showcase temporary anomalous properties. If the subject leaves 7211's vicinity regardless of willingly or not, 7211 will return to its dormant state. What the hell is this? Interviewed subjects describe the experience as secondhand embarrassment cranked up to 11 in unison. Okay. D8567 was the subject, and the joke that the jester told was, "I'm afraid for the calendar. Its days are numbered." The chair D8567 was sitting on suddenly transformed into a 100-kilogram tomato. D8567 tried to lift up and throw it at 7211, but it was too heavy for him. That's a very big tomato, yes. D1462 entered the range of joking. The joke the jester told. How do you follow Will Smith in the snow? You follow the Fresh Prince. D1462 began to scream. Then a glass window manifested on the wall, and D1462 jumped through it. The window itself disappeared, and 1462 was found later lying unconscious on Site Director Katona's office desk. D9966 heard the joke, "I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. I don't know why." D9966 ripped off both of his legs from mid-thigh and swallowed them whole. Then both legs grew back. D0007 got the joke, why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. D0007 transformed into a bicycle and attempted to run over the doll. Once the security personnel removed him from the testing chamber, the D-Class transformed back, but for the next 2 hours, he was only able to make the sound similar to a bicycle bell instead of human speech. What the hell is going on here? Okay, there's only a couple more of these. We're gonna handle this. D2377 got a joke. I once had a dream I was floating in an ocean of orange soda. It was more of a fantasy. D2377 yelled, I'm sick of this planet, and his uniform transformed into a Superman costume. Then he breached containment by flying through the ceiling, but later was recaptured when he approached Area 32. His anomalous property ceased an hour later. D4544 got the joke, I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it. And received a bottle of class redacted amnestic agent manifested in the D-Class's hands, which he drank, resulting in the loss of at least 5 years of memories. And finally, D4269, who has a footnote. Using D4269 for the test was originally recommended by the rest of Site 228's D-Class personnel population because he is infamous for having a bad sense of humor. This D-Class with a bad sense of humor got the joke, when does a joke become a dad joke? When it becomes apparent. Dr. Chair, help me. The D-Class began to laugh so hard that he started to hyperventilate and was transferred to the medical wing. Following the experiment with his final D-Class, 7211's facial expression turned from distressed to cheerful and refused to tell jokes to subjects except for 4269. Okay, it got an audience for its terrible, terrible jokes. Okay. Intern DJ, thank you for that assault on our senses. SCP-7211, codename Warning, dad jokes will make you bend reality. Thank you for that. Demon Sniper, hey, Demon Sniper. Thank you for an incredibly generous second donation to today's stream. I know I already gave you something from the commissary, but since you were so generous here, why don't you go up to the commissary manager and extend your left hand to shake their hand, and when they look down and up at you like you're crazy, punch them in the chin. That is the only way to earn the commissary manager's respect enough for them to hand you the sacred Slim Jim. You're welcome for what happens next. Is there an SCP that if it escaped, no one would care about? Well, there are plenty of anomalies that if they got out, the world might not realize it. I mean, there are several anomalies we contain by disinformation campaigns because we can't contain them. So there are plenty of anomalies that are out in public, such as the SCP-5909, the 2.7 light-year long shrimp that is actually just a weird anomalous billboard in space for Red Lobster endless shrimp. Don't know where that came from, but it's out there in space somewhere still. Philip November, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a quiche on your way past the commissary. Does all the money donated to Gallionic have to be used on it, or if there's extra left over, can it be used for the next project? So Kickstarter rules would dictate that if it's given to the project, it has to be used on the project. I don't know what the legal ramifications are of that. But, Philip November, I'm saying bold of you to assume that they will get it enough funding to be used on the next project with how expensive animation is. Remember, we still need to almost triple what they've made to get the full 20-minute short. So, hey, let's see if we can make that a problem they have to deal with. I'd like to see that. How can I start writing SCP articles and also check if my SCP ideas are original? Intern Gabriel, I'm going to show you something for the first part. For the first part, how do you know how to start writing SCPs? If you go to the SCP main website homepage, and you go to the search, the sidebar in the top left, this getting started guide here for guide for newcomers, join the site, contribute, frequently asked questions, and universe hub. Why don't you start there for reading? Because that's going to give you a little introduction to the community. As for your ideas, let me have you know that don't worry about that part. There are already like 6 statues that move if you don't look at them, but they all do different things, and they're all written very differently, so they survive. So, with that being the case, don't worry about if someone has already written your work, because the way you write it, the story you write will be different enough as long as you don't actually copy someone's story. Popping back to the chat. Demon Sniper, thank you for another even more intensely generous donation to today's stream. Thank you so much for your generosity. Listen, now, everybody who was mad about me encouraging violence there, you should know that the commissary manager is not a Klingon because those are copywritten, but it is essentially analogous to Klingons. The warrior culture is strong among the commissary staff, so you got to know what to stand up for there. Trust me, the way that I told Demon Sniper to stand on business, that's going to be the key to success. But furthermore, all right, so you've already got the Sacred Slim Jim. I just want you to go into my office. There's a mini fridge under my desk. Demon Sniper, whatever's in it, it's yours. Take the whole damn thing if you want. I will get a new mini fridge. My personal stash is yours. Thank you for your generosity. Last donut for the day, so let's do a joke. What do you call a pampered cow? It's spoiled meat. Okay. Haven't heard that one before. Pretty good. Pretty good. My cow go-to is what do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. Sleepy Hum, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Grab yourself a parfait on your way past the commissary. What do you think of SCP-6868? Desk, thank you for pulling that up in the back channels. Yes, I am familiar, actually, with this rubber duck that can form liquids into water and soap bubbles, which is adorable until, I believe, you touch it. And when you touch it, all of your body fluids are turned into water with a large number of pink bubbles, which is bad for your health. So a wonderful Dr. Wondertainment toy in theory, but not great for humanity. 6868 is adorable. Go give it a read. Okay, Site42 staff, it also turns out we are at the end of today's stream. And as I do at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. Of course, I'm not going to tell you that my favorite SCPs are the ones I personally wrote, because that would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to These Sherm's author page and Site42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can read the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contribute to voice lines or sound effects too. And while you're at it, you can become a Patreon patron or a YouTube channel member if you want to support us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or a YouTube Super Chat if you want to donate to us once at a time. Those links are available on the author page, as well as some secret links that we don't tell people about. Wink. But if you are able to donate to Site 42, we appreciate the generosity. It's how we keep the lights on here for myself and the staff here at Site 42. And if you are unable to donate because you're part of the broke gang, do not fret. We are well aware with starving artists in an arts community. So if you're broke gang, you can still help us out by being a valued and honored member of Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codename Signal Boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, not just for us, but for the SCP projects we support, the SCP authors and their artists, animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc. When you do that, you are helping us to get bigger and better SCP projects. There are people out there who think that SCP is dead because it's been around for 18 years and the glory days are gone. But if you saw that SCP Gallionic trailer, you know that brighter times are ahead. We're not going anywhere. And thanks to you guys, we can have bigger and better projects in the future. And so I thank you for your service. Now, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one. It's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031, 5175, Content warning on the last one's a rough read. Site 42 staff, this has been another Fanart Friday, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. We'll see you in the next video or stream. I gave up on time, just like you said you would. There are tiny cracks of light underneath me, and you say I got it wrong. But I tried hard to uncover them. I have somehow got away with everything. Anything you ever did was strictly by design, but you got it wrong. And I'll go anywhere but there. And you had best believe that you cannot build what I don't need. And I know I need to feel relief. And I know you'll never fold, but I believe nothing that I'm told. And I know I need to feel relief. I know I need to feel relief. Take care to tell it just as it was. Take care to tell on me for the cause. I know I need to feel released. Take care to bury all that you can. Take care to leave a trace of a man. The credit song is Leave a Trace by Churches. Be safe, be well, Site 42 staff, and as always, secure, contain, protect.